From Georgia, Mr. Scott is now recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. and Madam Secretary, I'm so proud of you. You served with us as chairman of the Congressional Black Caucus. We worked so closely together, and many of us miss you.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work. I want to talk about the performance-based contract administrators. They're called the PBCAs, and they're very critical, as you know, to the Section 8 program. And it has invested $250 million in my great state of Georgia. But unfortunately, our Georgia Department of Community Affairs has been in a decades-long dispute with the department over the management of the PBCAs and your recent draft solicitation. And this is why I fought hard to include language in the FY 2023 Consolidated Appropriations Act directing HUD to work with stakeholders and public housing agencies in recommending mutually beneficial changes to the program model. So, Madam Secretary Fudge, can you confirm with us today whether HUD has complied with that congressional request and provide our committee with an update on the number of meetings with stakeholders that have taken place in relation to the housing assistance payment draft solicitation?
Let me say that off the top of my head, I cannot tell you that the report was submitted or when, but I will get that information to you as quickly as I can. I do know that we have complied. I just don't know the details.
Okay. Well, I think you would agree with me that more stakeholder engagement is certainly better than none. Can I get a commitment from you, Madam Secretary, that the HUD department will seek additional input from stakeholders and create a workable, competitive model that includes all public housing agencies?
Yes.
Thank you. And let me just say that the bipartisan agreement that was included in the FY 23 Act further instructed HUD to ensure any new PBCA solicitation does not, and I quote, does not impede housing finance agencies from bidding on state-based contract. Tell me, does the current solicitation proposal ensure that this language is adhered to?
I am sure we do, but at this very moment, I can't tell you that. But I would say to you, Congressman, that I think all of you know that having served in this institution for as long as I did, I respect the institution. And as a lawyer, I respect the law.
Yeah.
So whatever it is, I will follow.
Well, I really appreciate it because I love my state of Georgia, and I fear that an abrupt change to the PBCA without the input of our state housing agency could cost Georgia hundreds of millions of dollars that would be used to assist thousands of elderly and underserved constituents in my district. So I'm just urging, Madam Secretary, that HUD to consider stakeholder feedback. We need that. And ensure that any final solicitation prioritizes the long-term preservation and oversight of our country's federally assisted housing stock. And you got a challenging job. Housing is one of our critical areas, and I want you to count on this committee and many of us on this committee to be your partners in dealing with these issues. I
Gentleman's
look
time.
forward to hearing from you. Thank you.
Gentleman from Texas,